Hello and welcome to today's video where I show you how to make black pepper cooking caramel, a variant of the cooking caramel that I made and is on my channel on the video. I do it basically with, I'm using this sauce in a fried noodle, as you can see, as my final dish here, so I'm just introducing that to you. Let me turn off the heat. Yeah, but let's get straight into it. First we cook the noodles and then I'll show you at the end how to make the sauce. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. As a sort of introduction, I'm going to show you what we're going to use our sauce for. And here is our black pepper dark caramel cooking sauce. I've got mushrooms that I've been caramelizing and stir frying, cooking up. I have some water that I will add in a short while. I'm just going to put this, so I'm just going to add the water to this. This is just going to form the base for my noodles later. Yeah, because I'm going like a reverse way. I'm doing like a cornlow and then I'll add this to it later. And then, yeah, but so for the base sauce, we're going to use this. You can use this in a stir fry. Of course, that's not a problem. But I'm just doing it this way because I'm lazy to do it as a stir fry, to save on cleaning a bit. So I'm just going to do it this way. Then I'm just going to take it off and then start boiling my noodles, and basically that's it. And yeah, you can smell it. The black pepper is definitely there. It's coming out strong and it's great. So I'm just going to skip to boiling my noodles, and I'll show you putting a bit more sauce at the end with the noodles. But I just wanted to show you the base sauce part where I use it for the vegetables. Okay. So I've got my Kapilini Kansui substitute noodles already in. Obviously I cooked it with the baking soda. Now I'm just putting sesame oil to oil it and flavor it so it doesn't stick. While I finish it up, as you can see, when I was rinsing it, I didn't fully drain it. I just want some liquid because otherwise the noodles are going to stick. So I'm just keeping it like that, and I'm going to flavor it first with with the black pepper cooking caramel. Don't need to put so much since I already put a fair bit just now. But I'm just gonna put that in a bit. And as you can see, it's quite solid in the cold. Bearing in mind it's winter here, and it's been snowing some days, so you can see it's quite liquid. It's quite sticky, which is exactly what you want. So we just leave it like that. Putting some spinach just to finish it, and then yeah, the usual Maggi sauce is the finishing touch. So and that's it. That's about it for this sauce and being able to use it. It's very flexible. You can use it for anything basically. Stir fries, even for marinating or as like a braising sauce for sure. Anything that you will normally call for dark soy or even black pepper sauce, that's what I'm using it for. So I'm going to start with cracking and toasting black pepper. I've got this pot that is preheating, so I'm just going to toast up some I'm going to grind black pepper into this and just toast this. I am undecided how much black pepper to use, but I'm just going to go by, I'm just going to gauge it as I go. And I'm just going to be as liberal as I can. I'm also going to add pepper or white pepper powder at the end to give it variety. So this is not the only pepper component. I'm just going to stir it up and then we'll come back to it. So I've got my black pepper almost toasted. Not almost burnt. So that's exactly how I want it to be. And that's, that's kind of where we want it. And then I'm going to mix it. I've got, as you can see that, I've got pepper powder in already. Pepper powder, salt, some sugar, and this will be the form of today's seasoning mix. If you remember in my previous video, how we do it. That's a good start. Well, that's a good start to today's video. If you look at it that way. But I must say, I'm going to rinse off the pot to make sure that when I start cooking the The caramel, it doesn't crystallize because I presume there'll be leftover chemicals from the peppers. I'll just do that and we get started. So I've just gloved up, as you can see, so I'm all set and saved, and with my safety precautions. And I'm going to use, as you can see, my darker sugar that I was introducing in the last video. And I am just going by ratio off the top of my head, roughly 1 cup or a bit more than 1 cup, more or less. But yeah, I will put some sort of ratio guidance in the recipe, so don't worry about that. But yes, so I'm going to start cooking this up and let it burn, and then we'll come back to this when it's starting the burn process. So yeah, just stay tuned. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but some parts of it's already started browning or burning, and we are almost very close to there. I'm a bit, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, this dark sugar is really great, but on the other hand, because it's very fast, as you can see, it's super dark, the risk window is much smaller, as you can see, compared to the other dark sugar that I was previously using. So, as you can see, there's a lot of crust or crystallization on the sides that I need to fix later. My spoon was also crystallized, and it still is kind of sort of crystallized, as you can see as well. So we will have to fix all of that later. And the browning is almost there. You can see the colors start to form already, so I'm just gonna try and speed it up a bit, but honestly speaking, it's there already, or more or less there, just a bit more. I'm just gonna boost it, although honestly you don't need it, so this is kind of there. Like I said, the sides are kind of already burning anyway, so I'm just gonna work it from there. And yeah, just give it a bit more. Just needs a bit more dark browning, and more or less it's done. So I'm just gonna let that finish up. Yeah, you can see the color is almost there, very close there. So we're just gonna try and go with that, and then just scrape out some of the crystallization as well. But we, like I said previously, we can always fix that afterwards with boiling water. That's no real problem. So we're just gonna let it foam a bit, and then it's coming up to temperature. As you can see, the smoke is getting everywhere already, so it's more or less there. And I'm just going to almost take it out already. I just want to push it a bit more as far as I can go, and then we can take it out. But yeah, I would say it's more or less there. Just give it a bit more. Trying not to use the boost function because as you can see from just now, it's a bit uneven and don't want an uneven one, so I'm just going to, yeah. Alright, so that's about it. Just give it a bit more. I'm just not fully there yet. Just a bit more. Yeah, famous last words, I know. Just a bit more. But just get it just a bit more. I just want to get it. I want to push it to as dark as I can. So when you have dark enough sugar, then that's all the color you need for a dish, basically. And that's the trouble. If it's not dark enough, then it's still in the raw sweetness phase, and this is exactly what you will want to avoid. So that's the reason why you push it as much as possible, and that's about it. Yeah, that's it. That's basically where you want it, and that's the burnt sauce element. So I've turned it off already, and I'm going to go cool it down just in a short while to do a bit more scraping. Bit more. Yeah, that's it basically. So that's the color, or basically the color, the darkness that you want. And then let's take it out. I'm just letting it sit for a while to cool down by itself because I did not super get it to burn. And then now we're going to do the fun part. So let's see that part. There you go. And yeah, it's always a little show. So anyway, so that part's done. I'm gonna put it back on. Yeah, you will see. So now I'm going to start putting the oops, sorry, it's a bit too smooth from the heat differences. So I'm going to bring it back up, and then I'm going to start putting in the seasoning blend, so I can now bring everything to a boil. Yeah, that's the idea, and basically that's it. So I'm going to go boil this out, and then we'll come back to it and then taste, but that should be about it for the sauce. So just going to stir this up. Yeah, now's the part where it's going to crystallize instead of form, so just stick with it. I'll just show you the process. Just stick with it, let it go through that. That's okay. Now we just want it to form that, and I'm gonna go close my lid and let it boil out for a while. I'll put this spoon in as well. So whoops, yeah, it's one way to clean your cutleries. I'll go fish out the spoon in a short while, and then you'll see how it's cleaned up. So let's come back to it. So the bulk of the cooking is done, and I just want to show you. Look at that. Yeah, that's basically what you want, and I'm gonna go store it in my jar. You will see that this one's got loads of sediments. It's not because of the sugar. These are all the pepper, the black pepper kernels, as you can probably guess or imagine. And of course I couldn't dilute all of them or break all of them, and I didn't try too hard to fix up all of that, but as you can see, there's no crystallization, there's no major issues, so the sauce is fine. Yeah, it's just a bit messier compared to the plain cooking caramel, and that kind of is what would happen, I guess, if you introduce different flavorings. But this is kind of what we're trying to achieve, to diversify, not to diversify, to try different avenues of the same sauce. Also because in making my own black pepper sauce, generally what I'm trying to avoid is putting too much flavorings in there. So I tested it just now. It's basically just very strong black pepper or pepper taste. You can see the kernels are popping around here and there. And salt. Yeah, of course you could put MSG. Some people put soy sauce as flavorings. I could put Maggi sauce, of course. There's a reason why I'm not doing it, because I don't want to contaminate or change the sauce too much. And when I do the fried noodles, I'll just add the flavoring separately. So that's what I'm going to go with. As you can see, it's a great result. And let's look at putting this to use in some stir fries. That's about it. So feel free to try it out. Give me comments. What other variants or types of sauces would you like me to look at for this? I've got some already planned, and we will see that in the coming videos. Yeah. So as usual, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment for sure, and follow me as I continue to go on. We're doing different recipes. Until then, jemput makan, and see you. Bye.